City is planning to make some major upgrades to Duluth's sports scene, millions of dollars worth.
Before they move forward with any plans, though, they're asking the public for some input.
In Northern News Now's Cara Kopp was at the first public input meeting tonight and shares what ideas were brought forward.
From Wade Stadium to Wheeler Park, Duluth's sports scene is thriving now more than ever. However, the city's current field and rink spaces aren't.
Competing with a rink space is hard.
Danielle Abel's team is among the dozens fighting for rink space this winter. But she doesn't play hockey. She plays for Duluth's Harbor City roller derby team.
Now we practice at a Washington Center gym in downtown Duluth, just kind of on the basketball floor.
Lacking a secure place to practice and seat their hundreds of fans during games, Abel found herself addressing these concerns with members of Duluth Parks Department.
It would be awesome if there was a place that did like an indoor hockey concrete.
Input manager of Duluth Parks and Recreation, Jessica Peterson, was all ears for.
And we're seeing some of our partner communities get ahead of us.
Peterson says meetings like this one is the next step to the city's athletic venues reinvestment initiative, a plan giving more than $30 million in investments to spaces bringing in regional sports tourism. While there was discussion on bringing in new venues, possible solutions included revamping 13 old and existing facilities.
So places like Wade Wheeler, Arlington, Jean Duluth, where we know there's already a high concentration of sporting events, activities, and tournaments.
The city and the public working together about what they want to see happen next in the local sports world.
Just getting to play is always super fun.
In Duluth, Cara Kopp, Northern News Now.
Cara, thank you. There are 2 more open houses the public can go to tomorrow. For information on when and where they will be happening, you can visit our website.